about those results. And I've been getting them consistently since I changed to stropping with a kangaroo tail strop. I've got one on a board. I've got this floppy one on the sponge. And I'm about to make a hanging one as well, which I'll do in another video. But I'm excited because using the kangaroo tail strops, I have massively increased the sharpness of all my knives. Massively. I couldn't do those tricks before. Now I'm doing them consistently on every knife. The trick is kangaroo tail strops. This one's on hard block of wood, glued on. This one's just taped on with some gaffer tape and on a spongy surface. And I'll finish up on this. I've been grinding today at 13 degrees, so 26 all up, 13 on each side. And these knives can handle it fine. This set here is a 420 J2 Baccarat. This is a single-sided Japanese knife. Beautiful. Took ages. This one is a big old carving knife, double-sided. This one is a double-sided Sentoku. Maybe? No? Bunker style. All right? And all of them have been supremely sharp, incredibly sharp. So what I thought I'd do is I'll take you through the whole process if you want. But if you haven't got time, that was the secret. 13 degrees, finish up on the hone, the leather hone, the standard Tormek leather hone, which I coat with chrome oxide. Every time I strop, I put this on. And this starts at about 8,000 grit and finishes at about 16,000 grit. So my wheel I set to 80 grit diamond plate, which is about 240 grit on the wheel. Then I finish with 320 diamond plate, which is around about 960 or 1,000 grit on the final wheel. And I'm not doing the 1,000. There's a reason for that. I might go into that in another video. But these two are fine. This leaves a beautiful, slightly toothy edge, but then I come in and I hone on the chrome oxide with a slightly elevated position, which gives a little micro bevel, probably at about maybe 28, maybe 30 degrees, and it finishes it beautifully. You can see it here. See it there? Slightly shinier on the top, right there. So sharp that I dropped the knife and it shaved my fingernail. Bing. So I'll take you through it with just this 420 J2. So you don't need super hard Japanese knives in order to get these results. This is just a 420 J2, which is similar to an X50 chrome, like Wusthof or any of the higher quality normal kitchen knives. So that's the secret. I'll take you through the whole process. So first the 80 grit to roughen up the wheel a bit. And initiate the bevel. This knife here that I'm about to do doesn't really have a bevel, does it? Nothing there really. And I'll show you what I mean by so it starts off like that and finishes off like that, right? So that's what a 13 degree bevel looks like. It's pretty big, and they're not super thin, they're quite fat. So 13 degrees. Because I'm establishing a brand new bevel, I don't mind doing a few passes on one side. show you what that looks like. So this is the original unground, and this is the one I just did. Right? Nice. So now how many was that? 3. So I'll do 3 on this side. No burr yet. One more. Okay, now I'll do one grind per side. Yep, got a burr now. Full big burr all the way across. Don't know if you can see it, probably not. Trust me, it's there. It's gripping my finger. Oh, that heel needs a bit more work. Beautiful. So now it's ground maybe a little bit more on this side visually. I don't measure the bevels, I just look at them. If they look uneven, they are. If I can't really tell whether they're even or not, then they probably are even enough anyway. Maybe a little bit more here. And you can clearly see the burr now. See it shining off the top? That's the burr. Those hairs are just from the cloth, but that's the burr. On this side you probably can't see it. Right. Alright. Now I'll reduce the grain down to the 320. Now when you're grinding on really hard Japanese steels, the knife itself will grade the wheel. They're like self-grading because the steel is so hard, it actually grinds down the wheel so it's very smooth without me having to use this, which is crazy. Okay, just a few passes. You should be able to hear how it's quieter now. Less crunchy. Maybe one more. You don't have to do much to smooth it out. 2 or 3 passes per side will do it. And you can move straight onto the honing. All done. There's still definite burr there, but it's less. Alright. Next, we hone. Get rid of that burr. I freehand burr. I find it entirely unnecessary to set the whole jigs up and do an exact burr. I have a method for determining where I am on the on the bevel. So let me turn the camera around. First I coat every time, make sure there's plenty of compound on there. Without the compound, all you're doing is burnishing, which is moving metal. We don't want to move metal, we want to remove metal. Always burr to the top in order to weaken the burr. And my method for positioning this is, as I've mentioned a few times, but you might be new to the channel, welcome. I lay the bevel down, like up on the apex, and then I lean it over until it wants to grip. You have to press hard sometimes to get that grip. Now once it's gripping, you know that you're on the bevel. You can see that it's right on that bevel. And you can ride the actual bevel, that's fine, but really it's unnecessary because you're not trying to shine the bevel. Who cares what the bevel looks like, right? What you're trying to do is remove that burr. So I get to the gripping point and then I lift up just a bit, just a tad. Feels like maybe 1 degree or 2 if you want to be specific. I'll turn it over and attack the burr side. Go to the grip. I'll try and maybe do 1 pass on the grip, just to maybe clean that bevel up just a little bit, give it a bit of a shine, but again, the shine is unimportant. So now I'm going to lift up, and I'm really attacking that burr, but it doesn't get rid of the root of the burr. You see, this is where I've been going wrong all this time, and everybody else probably. The root of the burr can only be removed, well, in this system anyway, by using the Kangaroo tail strop. So now I'm up onto the apex. And I know that the main part of the burr is gone when it feels smooth on my fingernail. Still got a few little catches there. So now I'm taking a lighter approach and just skimming the top of the apex, or not the top of the apex is the top, but you know, the top. And sometimes if the lighting is exactly correct and the sun's shining at the right angle, I can see the burr actually physically dislodging from the knife. So now that feels silky smooth. So we're finished. Carefully remove the compound. And then we head over to the bench. Okay, so move that out of the way. First I work on the hard strop. I remove this, no need. And so this is like pretty sharp already. So if you haven't got a kangaroo tail, you can get it to that. I mean, that's nothing wrong with that. That's beautiful. Let's try it on some cigarette paper. Sounds a bit noisy. It's not doing too bad a job. But it's not finished. So, according to Dr. Vadim, who invented this whole sort of system, 10 strokes is enough. He tried 20, it made no extra difference. So 10 is all you need. 1, 2, 2. And where am I? I'm up on the apex, right? Not that high, obviously, but I'm not concerned with how the bevel looks. I want to get that apex. I want to dislodge that wire edge right at the very top. And I'll guarantee you this will get you double-digit best scores. We'll test it in a second. And the level is officially called Insane Sharp, which is 50 to 80 best. That's what I'm aiming at. Now I've lost count. Just a few more. All right. Then I'll get the soft one. And now I'm using lighter strokes. I know it sounds rugged, but that's just those ridges there that are actually doing all the dislodging harmlessly, as you'll see. That's it. All done. Let's see how it glides through here. Nice. And we should be able to do a horizontal slice as well. How about that? Now to do the horizontal, it's very difficult to push through. If you're pushing through from the edge, you're sharper than a razor, you're under 30 best, but we don't need that. In order to get it this sharp, you have to start the slice and then push the rest. Start the slice, then push the rest. See? Ha! How good is that? Let's test it quickly on the best. And then we're done. On, do I have a clip? That's done. Running out of clips. But now that I've achieved 1,000 subscribers, I'm nearly up to 4,000 hours on the watch, which means I may be getting monetized shortly, which is, oh, that's already broken. Which means that I'll be able to start buying more gear and having some more fun. All right, let's have a look. I'm predicting 50 to 80 best. $79. Happy with that. So that's how you do it. Kangaroo tail leather. Now, if you don't have kangaroo tail leather, you can try buffalo, because a friend of mine used buffalo leather on his Kawasaki 900 back in the early 80s. And I remember it was really stiff and it never got softer and it had a really hard texture. So try that. Or if you're in New Zealand, you can try the wallaby if you can get some of that. But as long as it's got some ridges, I reckon it'll probably work. As long as it's got some ridges. But the kangaroo tail leather, sadly, we're not allowed to sell it even out of state. In Australia, I can sell it to people in Adelaide and South Australia, but not to any other state, or maybe to 2 other states, I think. But I absolutely cannot sell it overseas without a permit, and I'm not buying a permit. So, yeah, that's the trick. This stuff here. And obviously it's going to glide through here. We could probably do a cove cut really easily. Of course. So yeah, one more. That's pushing through, and that's sharper than the sharpest thing on the top shelf at the sharp shop. Do it. Do that. Or at least get yourself a strop or do something like that. That's the trick, is getting rid of that wire edge on the right on the edge. That's where we've all been going wrong up till now. You get rid of that wire edge, and if you don't have a Tormek and you're doing it by the stone, then just use the stones up to the highest point. That's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to get rid of that wire edge. Outdoors 55 has some excellent videos on how to use a stone to get wire edge removal. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe, like, if you thought that was fun, hit the like button, man. That really helps. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks again. Bye.